Hi everybody, it's me, Corey T, and in this video I want to talk to you about writing a letter to yourself from your future self to explain to yourself all the things that you've achieved, become, done, and how you did those things. So while I was at university studying my master's degree in songwriting, my mentor asked me to do this because I really wanted to get a distinction for every module, and actually I wanted to win the Outstanding Student Award, which I did, by the way, spoiler alert. And in this letter, in this email that I wrote to myself, I was just guessing about how I had achieved all of those things. So I was writing things like, I'm so proud of myself because I got a distinction in every module. And the way that I did this was that I was reading, I was really passionate about what I was doing. I created a project that I absolutely loved doing, and I was writing basically all the things that I felt like I would need to do in order to achieve what I did achieve in the end. And I was guessing, so I didn't know, but I was writing it down as if it had already happened. So the experience of writing that email was a living in the end experience. It was me feeling like what it would be like to write to someone and tell them all of these amazing things that I'd achieved. So I titled that email A Year From Now, and then I forgot about it and got on with my life. And then I did get a distinction in every module, and I did receive the Outstanding Student Award. And then I was looking for that email, I'd forgotten about it. And then I typed in A Year From Now onto my search bar in my email, and there it was. And I read it and I was mind blown, because everything that I'd written about the things that I'd done to do that had happened. And there were some things that were slightly different, but basically everything that I'd written in that email actually happened. And it was just magic. And I was like, wow, okay, so I'm going to do this in other areas of my life then as well. So when I started to become aware of conscious creation and wanting to create a new version of myself and wanting to feel more secure, more confident, and also to be in a loving, happy relationship with my specific person, then I did this again. And I wrote A Year From Now, and I wrote, I'm so happy because I've created this really secure version of myself. All of my old anxieties have just disappeared, and I feel free of that now. And the way that I did this was I had lots of conversations with people. I had coaching. I went to therapy. I wrote down affirmations. I said positive things to myself. I affirmed a new story about who I was. And I wrote down all of these things that I was guessing through having learned about lots of things that we know that we can do to create a new self-concept. In order to be that person, right? And so I was just thinking, okay, I've heard that this is what I should do, so I'm going to write down that this is what I did. And I started to imagine more and more, what else would I need to do? What else would I need to do to be more like me? What else would need to happen for me to become the person who's in that loving relationship that I want? And I just wrote down loads and loads of things. I completely guessed how the situation with me and Johnny would unfold. And absolutely, that was a complete guess. And I didn't get the specifics of how that unfolded right. But then so much of what I wrote down in that email became a reality. As in, I wrote down that we live together now. I wrote down that our relationship gets better all the time. I wrote down how I feel with him and how different we are. I wrote down all these things. I just find it mind-blowing that I'd written that almost like I'd written a script in a book. And then it happened. And I think, this is my interpretation of this, is that I think that when you do this, your unconscious mind sees it as a command. Your unconscious mind can't tell the difference with what's real and what's not. So that experience of living in the end and, you know, feeling through the process of what would it be like for me to explain to someone that I haven't spoken to in a while, what my life is like now that I have so many of these things that I want. And I was writing down, you know, what the version of me felt like. This is such a powerful activity, because that experience of feeling into that version of you, what it feels like, imagining, using your imagination, because that is your most powerful tool, your imagination, right? So I thought I'd share this with you so that you can try it yourself. Write a letter from your future self explaining all the things that have changed and how they changed, how you got there, what you did, and call it A Year From Now. And then in a year from now, you read that email as though you're catching up with an old friend. You're just finding out what's different in life. and that person is you. I think this is a really awesome little technique, and you should totally try it and let me know how you get on and how it feels to write the letter. Let me know if you enjoy it, because I really enjoyed doing that. It's just such a fun process to write about all these things that you want and imagine how you're going to get there. And you don't need to be right, you don't need to be perfect, you don't need to do it accurately, you don't need to know, you're just guessing. It's just a fun, imaginatory, is that a word? Experience. So try it and let me know how you get on, because I tell you this now, in a year from now things will be different, so it'll be really exciting to see what is different, and maybe you can create it, write the script, have fun with it. The other thing that I want to tell you about is that I'm so excited because I'm doing another small group manifesting session, because the last one that I did was so beautiful and I can't wait to do it again to give other people the experience of that. I guide you through a 2-hour session of questions that help you to get really clear on what you want. I help you to get into a really, really good feeling state and then share with a group. So when everybody is listening intently to each other, that supercharge of our manifestation power together is so powerful. When you manifest with a community, it's not only healing and comforting, but it is powerful when you've got other people on your manifestation for you, and it's such a lovely feeling and a really, really nice support network. So if you would like to grab one of the 11 spaces that are available, then the link is below and you can email me or direct message me on Instagram, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.